Come on, baby girl. All right, welcome to Section 8 Consulting, and today I want to introduce my cat, Little Mama. As I promised, I'd bring her in. You may have remembered her, for older members may have remembered her from early days when she was little bitty. So there's Little Mama. I'm going to let her go before she tears me up. All right, so today's video is going to be about what is Section 8. So the best way I can describe this for most of you would be that it is a program that services those that are, number one, low income, number two, disabled, and number three, senior. That is a very concise description. And so how do you determine if you're low income? Well, it's simple. Every housing authority in every county in America usually will publish on their website what their income limits are. There is extreme low income to the higher range income. Now, typically, it's going to be 50% of the median income. So for those of you that live in a county where the average income is 100,000, then you should expect at the top side that they're not going to accept people that generally make more than 50,000. But since most of you don't keep that kind of that type of statistical data, you want to check with your local housing authority. Now, those that are seniors, disabled, veterans, homeless, and so on, all these different things give you a preference or a higher ranking or standing with the ability to get that voucher and get it quicker than others. There are many factors that go into play with that, and it also depends on the type of funding. So again, really what Section 8 is kind of like a coupon, a ticket, or a voucher. And what it does is it assists you with paying your rent. The goal of that, to do that, is to make your circumstance economical and to be able to help you have affordability in a market that you might otherwise not be able to have a home in. Now, there are many that argue it should be just for seniors and just for disabled or even just for veterans. But, the reality of it is there are many people that simply do not have a large income. And when we live in a time and age when inflation plays a big factor, and there are other political motivations in the country that can drive costs and crazy housing markets and bubbles and different things, the option of utilizing Section 8 is the same option you're exercising when you retire and receive a Social Security check. Nobody's ashamed they receive that when you're 62 or 70 or 75. If you're a taxpayer and you find yourself in a circumstance where housing, the whole housing market in your area, say like you live in Arizona, an expensive area, and you've been priced down, then Section 8 could be an option. So what do they give you? That voucher we're discussing. It's called a Housing Choice Voucher. And in one of our upcoming videos, we're going to discuss that. So my name is Jay. I am with section8consulting.com. And if you're struggling with housing or any issue related to it, including getting a voucher or other questions or concerns you may have, you can reach out to our office, or you can stay with us in this video. And as we reach the end, which will be in about 8 or 9 minutes, you can ask any questions or concerns that you have there, and we'll try to answer best we can. Now, in terms of commentary, I would say that right now it's a tough market. The closer we get to summer, the market gets tougher. What I mean by the market is, for those of you just learning what Section 8 is and what a voucher is and what it does, it means that as we get closer to summer, the number of people that are going to want this is going to increase phenomenally. And that increase will remain very high all the way until about September or October, and then it'll go into a decline and pull off the cliff, and there'll be less people and less demand. So if you're looking for assistance with paying your rent, or in terms of getting a voucher, or even going out and living in a low-income property, which is commonly referred to as a subsidy or affordable housing, then this could be a solution for you in your circumstance. So what I'm going to do, I wanted to keep it short and directly to the point now that I've made clear what Section 8 is and what you're going to receive and what that does and how you can find out about your income and determine whether or not you qualify. Is if you have questions, I'm here to answer those. So I'll sit here patiently. Now, in our next video, in our Section 8 video, Section 8 educational video series will be number 2. I haven't come up with a topic yet, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to do a short video, or what we call a short, and I'm going to make an announcement about what it is, and then probably we'll proceed with that video somewhere between 3 and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. And then we'll go through a quick description in less than about 8 minutes I'll add a little bit of commentary, and then at the end, I'll allow some comments and questionings, if you will. And then after that, we'll close it out, because the goal of our educational videos will be to just get straight to the point, answer whatever questions are necessary. And if there are other news or other issues at play within the whole arena, in the political arena and so on, that may be affecting what we're discussing, I may bring that in as well into the commentary. So it looks like we're just about at our 5-minute mark. So I'm going to allow a couple more minutes here before we wrap this up at about 8 minutes. If you have questions, now would be a good time to ask. So again, what Section 8 is a coupon, more or less. Technically, you receiving a voucher, and that voucher pays for your rent. To qualify, you need to be low income, 50% of the median income, and then typically those that are considered at the highest rank or highest preference would likely be seniors, veterans, homeless, and of course, those of you with disabilities. Now, just to be clear, we're going to discuss these preferences, or what housing authorities consider important, and why they factor some people in quicker to get a voucher and make other people wait longer. We'll do that in another video about preferences in the Housing Choice Vouchers. We're not going to go over that just yet. So, anybody have questions regarding the Section 8 program and what it is and how it can benefit you? Now, another thing we can discuss before I wrap this up will be, a lot of people may view this as a short-term solution or long-term. It really does depend on your circumstance. Some people are permanently disabled, and thus that would be a long-term solution where you're able to receive this voucher and the assistance with your rent over a very long period of time, while others may be simply going through something at current that is just affecting them, and you may be able to recover from that. And then when your income recovers, you would be able to exit from the Section 8 program, though that's usually not the case. I think that it's important to understand that it can be used either way. And, I think some of the other videos will be covering topics that are very popular, like Section 811 and Section 202. 811 being, covering those that are seniors, that are not seniors, and then NEDs, NEEDS, which are a different type of voucher that covers seniors with a disability, among many other types like VAWA, HOPWA, and so on. And then we'll probably go from there and start discussing the continuum of care program, emergency housing voucher, and how all that plays out for those that are imminent risk and homelessness. Well, at least we have one comment for this video. I didn't expect it to be popular. It's kind of an opening video for the series. JW, hello, I'm in Atlanta, and I'm on the Atlanta list. It says there's a waiting list is closed. I moved to DMW area last November due to DB. Do I have options? Well, I think you do. DB referring domestic violence, and that would be under, there's several different programs, including Y and Right and a few others, but DB or domestic violence is definitely something that is funded through most housing authorities. And so I will tell you this, having inclusion or evidence of that, whether it's physical abuse, mental abuse, or stalking, or other issues related to that, it's a lot like having jet fuel on your case. You're certainly going to be prioritized much higher than the average person. Now, you start adding that with other things like disability, being a senior or a veteran, and so on, it's going to compound the effect of that and make probably an unusually powerful case that would likely yield a voucher quicker than people in other circumstances. But it's also important to understand that DB cases, DB funding, VAWA, as they call it under Domestic Violence Act, that by itself could yield some other possibilities like DB housing. I don't know that would be quite appropriate for some of you. Terry Norman, good afternoon, and thanks for joining again. I'm going to make an appointment with your office soon. I am a senior. Well, we look forward to speaking with you. Or I think our office this year, we're not taking on as many clients as we used to because I'm at about 50% retirement. In other words, every consecutive year that I remain in the field after the 25 years, I'm reducing my caseload because I like to enjoy life while I can. But typically we serve up to 1,000 clients a year. I think we're about half ratio on that. So I'd say people probably get more benefit out of what we offer in terms of consulting than they probably have in prior years, especially during the pandemic when we had a 2-month wait just to speak with our clients. JW goes on to say, does it open a waiting list if DB is a problem? Well, I mean, there are a number of solutions surrounding that. It does not force the housing authority to open a waiting list, but there are other options that could be pursued, depending on the circumstance. Since I don't know a lot about your case, JW, it's hard to tell you, and because the matter under federal law comes with a little bit of privacy, it's not something that I can really openly debate or discuss in an open platform like this. I would advise JW reaching out to our office, because this is not the type of topic that you really want to share intimate case details about, especially including domestic violence, because there's circumstances, and of course we can't preclude the factor that whoever's causing this problem for you could be watching this video as well. So we need to be very cautious in how we handle clients that experience this type of problem. Moving on from there, it doesn't appear we have any other comments at this point, so I'm going to wrap the video at about 11 minutes. I've enjoyed talking with you, and the point was to get straight to the point, share a little bit of commentary, offer a little Q&A. It appears there's not a lot of questions about this, and I didn't think there would be. As we progress further and deeper into this with our different educational series videos through the next couple of weeks, we're going to hit some very large topics like housing vouchers, emergency housing, and other related issues where you're dealing with troublesome housing authorities, their employees, and even landlords. And we're going to make a very genuine effort through 2025 to address landlords and the numerous issues they deal with from their perspective. I've enjoyed talking with y'all. If you're having problems or other considerations or difficulty navigating the system, and you have given your best effort and you have still not yielded the type of result or received any assistance, you might want to reach out to our office. We might be able to help you with that problem and expedite that process. Again, my name's Jay, and I am with Section8Consulting.com. Thank you, and goodbye.